Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Hungarian lesson. Finally, we have arrived to Hungarian lesson number 3, where we are going to discuss verb conjugation in the present tense. We're going to look at some adverbs and adjectives. So stick with me. First, before we start, I have written a short text here because I want to use this text to make it easier for you guys to understand today's topics. Okay, so after I read the text out loud, I will highlight an adjective, an adverb, and a verb, okay? Not in this order. First, we will start with the verb. So, here we go. Jó napot! Jó napot! Jason Parker vagyok. Ön amerikai? Nem, angol vagyok. Beszél magyarul? Egy kicsit. Most tanulok magyarul. Szerintem ön nagyon jól beszél magyarul. Köszönöm szépen. Now, the verb that I highlighted is beszél. The infinitive form, of course, is beszélni. And this is how you conjugate it. In the first person singular, én beszélek, then te beszélsz, ön beszél, mi beszélünk, ti beszéltek, önök beszélnek. Now, what you see in yellow is the verb stem. And this corresponds also with the third person singular. And actually, this is the form that you are going to find in the dictionary. Why is this? Well, I will maybe try to explain this in a future video. It has to do with another type of verb, but for now, it's enough that you remember this minor detail, okay? So, what are the endings? First, we have some consonants, and then we have some vowels. The consonants never change, the vowels do, okay? So if you look at the first person singular, I attached a vowel and a consonant, okay? This is the ending. Why is the vowel e and not maybe o, for example? Can you answer me? Yes, so for those of you who guessed correctly, congratulations. It has to do with vowel harmony. If you look at the stem, you have two front vowels, e and e. So it's very natural to add e instead of o, because o is a back vowel, so it wouldn't make sense, okay? And the same goes for the plural. The same rules apply. Now, if we take, for example, the verb tanulni, which means to learn or to study, you see that the vowels are different, okay? The consonants are the same, they don't change, but the vowels, they change. Again, why? Because tanul contains two back vowels, o and u. So we have to add o. If we added e, it just wouldn't sound right, okay? So bear this in mind, guys, okay? This is important. Vowel harmony is always important in Hungarian. So let's look at the text again. Now I'm going to choose some suffixes. Now these suffixes that you see here, you use them to form adverbs from adjectives, okay? Let's see an example. The question, hogy vagy? How are you? And you reply, jól vagyok. I am well, okay? So in English, good is an adjective, and the equivalent of good in Hungarian is jó. It's also an adjective. But since we know from school, I hope you guys know, if no, then I'm telling you now, that adjectives accompany nouns, and adverbs, they always go hand in hand with verbs, okay? We can also use these suffixes to refer to the languages we speak. If I want to say, for example, I speak Hungarian and he or she speaks Swedish, I would say it like this. Én magyarul beszélek, és ő svédül beszél. If you look at the left side, then you see that we have ul as the suffix, but on the right side we have ül. Why is this? Again, vowel harmony. On the left side, we only have adjectives that are that contain back vowels, but on the right side, we have adjectives that contain only front vowels. Okay, the text again. So now we look at the adjective amerikai. Okay, this is an adjective that you form from a noun. America is the continent, America, okay? But by adding the letter I or the suffix I, you can form an adjective from a noun, okay? Now, let's say you were born in London, you grew up in London, you come from London, right? You say in English, I'm a Londoner. In Hungarian, you say londoni vagyok. Okay? It's an easy way to form an adjective from a noun. If you look on the right side, now, what do you think? What does this K stand for? I don't know if you saw my previous video. I think it was lesson number 2 where I discussed the plural. So if you haven't seen that video, please make sure to check it out. Now, the letter K refers to the plural. And whenever you want to use the K in this situation, you have to add a buffer vowel between I and K. Let's say there is a group of people. Let's say there are 3 people who come from London, and they say, hey, we are from London. Mi londoniak vagyunk. And of course, depending on vowel harmony, you should choose between A or A. These are the 2 vowels that come between I and K. Okay, so whenever you refer to the plural and you use I as an adjective, in the plural you have to add A or A. Okay, so keep this in mind. Now, as always, there are exceptions. If you want to say I am Spanish, I am French, or I am Russian, and there's a few other cases like Japanese, for example, you don't add the letter I in order to form adjective. These are already adjectives. So Spanish, Spanyol, French, Francia, Russian, orosz. Okay? Just accept it as it is, and it comes with practice, okay, as anything in life. You have to practice a lot in order to make it automatic. Now, I hope I could clarify a few things in Hungarian. I hope I made it clear for you guys. And if you have any questions, if you have any recommendations, suggestions, if you want me to improve something, let me know in the comment section. And before you go, please make sure to subscribe. It helps me a lot. Thank you very much. Take care. Sziasztok!